Hello and welcome to the Massage Chronicles, Tales of Therapy and Transformation. I'm your host, Dorella Cadas. I'm a licensed massage therapist with a passion for healing, wellness, and the transformative power of touch. Each week on this podcast, we delve into the fascinating world of massage therapy. We'll hear inspiring stories from therapists around the globe, discuss cutting-edge research in a field, and explore how massage can play a role in our daily health and well-being. Whether you're a seasonal professional, a student, or just someone curious about the benefits of massage, this podcast is for you. So sit back, relax, and let's embark on this therapeutic journey together. Again, welcome to the Massage Chronicles, and here is your episode. Hello everyone, welcome to the podcast. This week we have Stephanie Rodriguez. She's the founder of Massage and Spa Business Consultant at Rodriguez Massage and Spa Consulting, and she's also the founder and executive director at United States Organization of Licensed Massage Therapists. Welcome, Stephanie. How are you?
I'm great. How are you? Thanks so much for having me on.
Absolutely. Thank you for coming. We're going to have an exciting interview here with you. I have a lot of questions about your organization. So the first question, we jump right in. What made you decide to form this organization? By the way, it's a really cool name, United States Organization of LMTs. That's awesome.
Thank you so much. So I formed the organization back in 2020, and I formed it during the COVID lockdown. And the thing that was concerning me the most about the lockdown and returning to work is we didn't really have very much guidance on what we were supposed to do when we went back to work. And I had been an employee of several different spas in my massage career. And I did not go back to work. I actually ended up starting this organization instead. But what I wanted to do was to be there to provide information and resources for people who were returning to work and didn't quite yet have any guidance on what they should do yet. And also to let them know what they needed to ask their employers for so that they were protected at work. And originally we had started talking about trying to form a massage therapy union. But as time progressed and things went on and we started kind of building up and, after I probably talked to 2,000 different massage therapists in that first year about what they felt like the profession needed. And we decided to form a new professional association. So now we are a National Massage Association. We are about to get our 501c6 designation, and we will be totally official.
That's wonderful. I just want to go back to what you just mentioned about the union. How that did it go, and what state are you talking about?
Well, we had connected with a lot of massage therapists who said that they thought that having a massage therapy union would be a great idea. I even connected with some people who had tried to form one prior to this in Oregon called the Massage Advocacy Project, which didn't really pan out. They went for about 2 years and had some funding through Working America to get that done. But then their funding ran out and it didn't really go anywhere after that. So I talked to them and also asked a lot of questions in my group, and then I connected with a couple of unions to see if there was anything that we could do that would actually unionize the entire profession.
Absolutely.
And so I did find a union that could do it, but it was the International Workers of the World Union, and they were awesome. They taught me a lot about organizing, a lot about, standing up for change and the things that we kind of needed to do this, but after a while, when they kind of saw what my idea was, they thought that it would be better if I just went ahead and did it myself and turned it into an association. And that's kind of the feedback that I was getting from my colleagues too. So that's what we decided to go ahead and do.
That's wonderful. For the longest time, I was trying to do the same thing, and very difficult. Not just that, but the fees are extremely high. And hiring lawyers these days is extremely expensive. So it needs a lot of force behind not just human force, but also financial force. So anything we can talk more about it, maybe in another podcast, and invite other people in it, let me know, and we'll do that. But okay. I have another question. Matter of fact, I have many questions, but one of them would be, what is the mission of United States Organization of Licensed Massage Therapists? What is the mission?
So our mission is really to educate, elevate, and get people to sort of break with the status quo so we can really innovate for the future of our industry. And from what I've seen and all of the people that I've talked to through this process, our industry's been facing problems that have been going on for 40 years. And there's been it's like we're talking around in circles to try to solve some of these problems, but there hasn't been enough progress to bring us forward as a profession to where we really need to be. We want to be accepted by healthcare. We want to have all kinds of things in our profession that we just haven't really progressed forward to have yet. And I wanted to really work on some of those things and make sure that we were really innovating for the future, coming up with new ideas, brainstorming how we can actually solve these problems from a fresh perspective and a clean slate.
That's interesting. I like that very much. That brings me to the next question. How do you support your members?
So our members, they get a range of benefits. So they have some of the things that I heard at the beginning of this that were problems for people were like lack of financial transparency in other associations. So we made sure that they get financial statements every month. They get a monthly video update from me about everything that's going on in the association. So we are completely transparent with our members on all of that. They also have employee and employer support. So it doesn't really matter which side they're on. If they're an employee, they can get support. If they're an employer, they can get support. We also include independent contractors. We have lots of downloads and links that they can follow to get the support that they need. So if an employee is having an issue at work, we are the association that will help them. If they call us and say, hey, I'm having this problem, we can either help coach them through the problem. We can even send them to, the Bureau of Labor if they need to report something or something like that, and give them the resources that they need. We also have some workers' rights training stuff on our site. And really the goal with this eventually is to be able to connect the best employers in our industry who we know and we feel really comfortable with, that they are employee-centric and they really care about their people, with employees that we have trained to be able to create a really brilliant workplace and create this, win-win that we're not really seeing as much right now in the industry, and make that better.
Oh, that's wonderful. That's wonderful. Mm-hmm. I like that. So you also connect business owners, entrepreneurs with actually massage therapists across the country, also with your members. Mm-hmm. That's wonderful.
Yes.
Is there any businesses can become actually members too?
Yes, any employer in the industry can become a member. Our membership form for our employers, we kind of started to develop a set of standards that we would like to see in businesses. And that was based on a lot of feedback that we had gotten from massage therapy employees over the last couple of years. So the membership form basically asks them a series of questions when they sign up. And if they don't have all the check boxes checked, that's fine, because we are here to be able to support them to be able to get those check boxes checked, right? So
Wonderful.
We're developing a new program where the employers can actually meet together once a month and share ideas and talk about challenges, and we'll be facilitating that and also sharing our ideas with the employers too. And hopefully out of this, we can come up with some win-wins that helps the employers attract the massage therapists to keep them there for the long term, really make this a long-term career for people.
I love your website. I am on it. Really, really nice. I love the colors.
Thanks so much.
Please, everyone, go on our website. It's usolmt.com. Okay, brings me to the next question. How much would it cost people to join you? Is that monthly or is that yearly? And for members, also for entrepreneurs or businesses?
Yeah, so we have several different membership options. One of the things that's different about our association is we do have insurance for people, but it is optional through our insurance carrier and Insurance Canopy. They're our partner. And the insurance, if they wanted to get that, it's $10 a month or it's $96 a year. So it's a great policy. It's A+ rated, but that's an extra charge. So for the association, we kept the prices really low. For massage professionals, it's $6.25 a month or $75 a year.
Wow.
So yeah, and that way we wanted to keep it low. That way, if people have insurance through another organization and they just wanted to join to get our resources, that's fine with us. Pay the $6.25 a month. It's, you won't miss it. It's barely anything, right?
A lot of information on your website. That's wonderful. A lot of tabs. One of them is resources. You got a lot of free resources, a blog. I see that you have also interviews and podcasts. I'm jealous. I have a podcast too. And I also like that you're very clear on your website, very much. And you also have some products here. And it seems like...
I should mention too, we have a student membership that's absolutely free. It's free for students plus their first year from the time that they get licensed.
I'll tell all my students.
And I really would love, any school out there to be able to have their students join. What we really want to do with our students is we're developing a program for early advocacy education that we would like to bring to massage therapy students and programs that will help expand their initial learning that they can do while they're in school.
Yeah, I can see that. That's wonderful. I will definitely tell all my students to join you. And
I would love that.
Absolutely. And the next question I have, how does the organization ensure that a continued education and professional development of its members? So I think you touch into that, but can you be more specific?
Sure. We have 3 different places where our members can learn. So we have our USOLMT CE Academy. And from there, what we do is we just partner with different CE providers, and they offer discounts for our members to take their courses. Some of them are online, some of them are in person, some of them are live online. So you just go into our member section to the CE Academy and you can see what's available and sign up for any of those courses with our partners. And then we also have learning on demand. So for that, we develop courses as well. So we have a couple of courses already that one to deal with human trafficking in our industry, and then we have another one based on understanding the power structure in massage. Like, where is the power in our industry from, the legislative process all the way down to the student in school? And how can massage therapists really gain personal power as they move through the industry so that they can stand up for themselves and get what they really need out of their massage practice? We do state advocacy. We have our employee support program. So if an employee needs assistance directly, they can just call or email us and we will provide that to them. We do advocacy for employers, helping them to really create and maintain an ethical and employee-centric workplace. We will also advocate for our employer members if there are issues with the city that they live in and they need ordinances changed or, something like that. We can help with that too. And then also for students and educators, we are the association that will stand up for student rights, apprentice rights, and make sure the educators are also being treated well in school, as and be there for them too, because they're employees just like anybody else, right?
Absolutely. So if anyone comes with, you get complaints or issues, professional misconduct, how do you handle those?
So if we had a member that had a problem, like a very serious professional misconduct problem, we would probably let that member go. We have a very basic right now, member code of conduct. And it's really just practice mutual respect, stay professional, maintain confidentiality of other members, and focus on solutions. Like, we really want people in our organization who are going to be forward focused on solutions in massage therapy. Instead of just complaining about the problems, let's get together and figure out how we can solve the problems, right?
Absolutely.
And to really focus on that. And then, be the change. That was one of our first mottos, which was really just to get people to kind of embrace change that's happening in our industry. I think there's a lot that's going to happen over the next few years. So, part of that is embracing that and sort of like learning to go with the flow.
That brings me to the next question. How does this organization contribute to overall standards and practice of massage therapy profession and industry?
So I think as far as we have a leadership training program. So that's another thing that we've started, and it's in development. So part of that is every member that joins our association has access to all of our programs, policies, and our board member training. And even students can join our board after just 1 year of practice. And I love that, because we really want to get young people more involved in the industry and teaching them how to do that. So we give that free to all of our members. We also have, the continuing education with some very high quality, amazing, long time, highly respected educators. And then also the other thing that we're doing is just really trying to elevate that, the careers in massage therapy, not just the independent practice, but in the employment environment. That's where we really want to focus on massage therapists who have started their own business, who have employees, and really help them to elevate to a level where they can be competitive with some of the other bigger, like, corporate businesses out there.
That's wonderful. And I see you talking about that. Can you guide me on your website where exactly, which tab I should look at?
So let's see. If you go to the About section,
there's
a couple of places there. So you can go to Partners, and you'll be able to see all of the CE providers that we partner with.
Oh, wow. Wonderful.
Yeah. So they're all on there, and it kind of tells you, what kind of discount that they offer to the members. And then also, if you go to employees, you'll get kind of an idea of what we offer to our employee members. If you just scroll down a little bit, a plan to get ahead of work, understanding your compensation package, what your options are in massage employment. And then, there's another little drop down there for employers. So you'll be able to see that too.
I can see that. That's wonderful. Well, even myself, I have quite a few. I develop an app, and inside that app, it's another 8 apps with different modalities, different injuries. And I like to actually be on, I'm going to approach you after the podcast. I like to be on your website also. That would be wonderful.
We would love to put you on there.
Yes, thank you. And one more question I have for you. What partnership and collaboration does this organization have with other health and wellness organizations?
Well, I wouldn't say that we really have any partnerships with any other organizations right now, but there are a lot of other nonprofits that we have talked to and reached out to, and some of those they're mostly workplace related. So there is a nonprofit called Workers Fairness. I have a lot of their links on our website for our members, because they offer like a workers podcast. They have all kinds of information on their sites about workers' rights and things like that. That's one of my favorite sites to go to, because there's so many resources there for employees. And then there's one called Dignity Together. That's a really awesome organization that has that deals with bullying in the workplace. And I think that's a great place for massage therapists to kind of look at, because sometimes we get bullied by our clients.
Oh, absolutely.
By somebody that we work with. You know what I mean?
Yes, good point. Very good point. Definitely, especially students who gets out of school, they need that extra help and extra ways to handle those situations with either employers or, like you just said, difficult clients.
Yeah, and it's a great organization for that. And they're working heavily in legislation too to try to pass laws to protect people at work when that happens.
And how much you collaborate with ABMP and AMTA?
Well, we haven't really collaborated a whole lot with either one of them. We have lots of members that are still members of AMTA and still members of ABMP. We're happy to collaborate with them at any time if they would like to do that. When I first started, actually, I did give some of my research to ABMP. When I was researching kind of what the issues were in massage therapy, the things that massage therapists were really concerned about, I gave that to ABMP, and I was like, hey, can you help us with these problems? Right. And so I think, some of those things I think that they have done a pretty good job of talking about, which is great. And then with AMTA, we have kind of connected with some of the chapters. I did a petition project in California during COVID, and the local AMTA chapter there, we connected with them. And tried to get something off the ground with that. And also, I think there was another chapter that we connected with too at some point to get something done, but it's been a while.
And one more area I like to touch into, because I'm excited about asking you a few questions about, it's the massage business and spa consultant. So you do that. Can you tell us a little bit more about and who will benefit by hiring you in that specific area?
Yeah, so I have an outside website. It's stephanierodriguez.info. And that is for my consulting package. And it's really geared towards massage therapy employers. My background is in corporate training and hiring and recruiting. So, and I really think this is a great time to get with somebody who has that type of knowledge, because everybody's short workers right now, right?
Yes,
so I think that as we are trying to figure out how to get more people into the field, our business owners really need to be skilled in how do we recruit people? How do we get them to stay with us, right? And so that's what my consulting package is really all about. How to put out a job interview or a job ad that really gets the attention of an employee. And then training, we talk about training considerations. I have a whole entire spreadsheet about different types of wage and pay models and benefits. So any massage therapy employer would benefit from that, I think.
I like that it says you have 70 plus page report, 260 minutes consultation, many bonuses. Wonderful.
Yes. And the report can be customized, and that's the paid version of it. But if an employer member joins us, they can get the non-customized version of that report for free by becoming a member.
Yeah, I see that, and I'm gonna just read a few of the what's included in a package. How to determine a pay, how to create a compensation plan, an expert advice in recruiting if you own a business, massage therapist, how to create an employee performance plan. That is a big deal because many employees out there, many massage therapists do not know how to educate clients. So that's wonderful. You're touching to that. And you have many bonuses. One other thing is, as a bonus, you give a supplemental Excel workbook, which is included. Customize the price, all formulas included, simply changes the numbers and calculate everything. That's wonderful. Yeah. And also, I like that. Bonus number 2, employee versus independent contractor. What a big deal is about that. It's they can compare side by side. IRS definition. I think you have also that 20 question test. Am I right? In it, and require tax form, require tax payment, wage. Wonderful, Stephanie. I like that. So everybody, again, stephanierodriguez.info. I'm gonna put a link underneath. So that's wonderful. Well, it's been a pleasure having you. Anything else you'd like to conclude this podcast?
Oh, I don't really think so. I do offer some other services through the association. So if, I do offer some student mentoring services. There is some stuff on setting up your initial interview at a spa, helping you develop your signature massage. So there's a lot of stuff under services on the USLMT website that I offer through the association as well. So check that out too.
Yeah, I can say I'm going to put a link so everybody can see under this podcast. It's been a pleasure, Stephanie, having you on this podcast. So everybody, if you like to see and actually become a member, please go to usolmt.com. And as far as her website is stephanierodriguez.info. Thank you so much for coming.
Thank you.
And have a great day.